Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another top 5 most carried video for you. Today's top 5 most carried of October 2020. I try and do these monthly. This one is coming out a couple days late, and I apologize for that, but not really, because it's out late, because I'm doing an amazing giveaway. That is the top link down below. If you want to go check that out, you can go see that. Yeah, giving away some ridiculous prizes for my 20,000 sub giveaway, and I'm very happy that I reached my 20,000 subs. Thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, that's why stuff is a little bit late this time, and I've had some other time-sensitive stuff that I've had to get done. So, all right, let's start out. I'm just going to go left to right. I don't normally rank them 1 through 5, you know, least carried to most out of the 5, but I always say the most carried. So when that one comes up, we will bring it up. But all right, here we go, left to right. I'm going to link to reviews down below of all these if they have them. I just realized the majority on this table have unboxings, but only one, I think, has a proper review. So, yeah, sorry about that. But I'll link to what I have down below. First up, we have the Benchmade Minifreak. This is the S90V carbon fiber one. It is $263.50. It is quite pricey for what it is. It is S90V and carbon fiber. I get it, but this isn't kind of what we expected the higher-end Minifreak to be. I think we all expected the M4 with the G10 like the Super Freak, and that would have been great and probably, you know, under 200 bucks, but that's not what we got. Like I said in another video, we wanted a Porsche and we wound up with a Bugatti. But now that I have the Bugatti, I do very, very much like it, and I do carry it a whole lot. There are some areas where you're supposed to carry 3-inch and under, and when I need a 3-inch knife, or I just want something smaller, or jeans that I need something smaller, I usually grab this. It has become kind of my favorite little 3-inch knife. I did put an aftermarket clip on it. I'll point out any aftermarket stuff on these if there is anything. This is off of Etsy, and I apologize. I don't remember who I got it from, but I know it wasn't too horribly expensive. It was a lot shinier than this. I knocked it down with some sandpaper, and honestly could stand to knock it down a little bit more. I used to have this on a 940-1, and it matches the carbon on the 940-1 really well, but this carbon's even a bit more matte than that, so I may knock it down a bit more, but it doesn't feel like the sturdiest thing in the world, but it does hold it in the pocket very well. Never had a problem with it coming out. Obviously, haven't ever broken it or anything. But I do just like the Minifreak. It fits my hand so much better than a small Griptilian or a mini grip, and it fits so much better. I like the blade a little bit better. It's just, yeah, but it's primarily those ergos, and this one is nicely broken in, and it's just nice and flippy and great, and I love the look of it. I love the little red standoffs and the red thumb stud. And with that carbon clip, I just think it looks cool. I did try and put a deep carry bug out clip on it, and it was no bueno. It did not work ergonomically for me at all. Just the ramp, the little loop over ramp, just jabbed right in the palm of my hand, and it was very uncomfortable. So I went back to this one. So next up would be another knife that, this one I do have a review of, but I'll link down below. This one is the first of many, apparently, that don't have reviews. And this is the one I'm most remiss not to have given a review of, because it has become my favorite OTF. It is a Guardian Tactical Recon 035 with the carbon fiber inlays. I got I had a previous one I bought used, and I didn't do a review of it because it was just a little well-worn for a review. I like knives to look good in the reviews, and that one, it was a great knife, still functioned perfectly fine, but it was a little worn, so I sold it on, and I got this one. And then I've just been busy, and I'm planning on doing a battle to the death with this in the UTX 85, but, you know, spoiler alert, this is probably my favorite OTF that I own. It's obviously one of them that I carry the most, and I just really like it. The action on it is just superb. It's probably my favorite thing about it. On Guardians, the unique thing they do is the trigger runs on ball bearings on this stainless steel plate, so just frictionless. This is a little bit of blade play, but a little less, if not exactly the same as a Microtech. You know, most OTFs have some blade play, but you know, it doesn't rattle or anything. It's completely fine, and honestly, this is one of the only OTFs that doesn't really annoy my family. Even my wife thinks it looks all right. Some of my other ones are a bit redonkulous. So, yeah, some of my Microtechs, like I have a Bounty Hunter and a Combat Trudon Hellhound. Those draw more attention than this does around the house. But yeah, she likes this one quite a bit as far as OTFs go, as much as she would like an OTF. It's very classy looking. I think this was about $325 if I recall properly. 315, 325, something like that. They're not inexpensive. They're kind of hard to get. Another reason why I haven't done the videos, because it's not a priority if you can't buy one. You know, I like to do reviews of stuff that people can actually buy. So they do readily produce them, but they're just a bit hard to get your hands on. I think I did see today a couple of these were available with a coated blade, but I jumped on this one because it's the Stonewash L-Max, and I like it. I kind of wanted a Tanto, but I couldn't be that picky. Those are even more rare. So I wanted carbon fiber. I wanted Stonewash. Getting a Tanto was probably asking one thing too many. So when this one came available, I snapped it up. Next up, this is a Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight. You guys, if you are fans of the channel for a long time, you know I love the Manix 2 Lightweight. The Knife That Broke Me video that I did was explaining, you know, the knife that got me into knives, which on that 20,000 sub giveaway AMA thing is like one of the #1 questions I'm getting. It was a Manix 2 Lightweight. It was the original BD1N. This is the Maximat. It's the most expensive one. It's $209 for a chunk of plastic and a chunk of Maximat, basically. I'm not going to comment on that price, but I do like the Maximat blade, and I love the design of the Manix 2 Lightweight. This one has gotten a lot of use this month because I rent my house, and we have a very large garage, and I review bicycles. Used to do it for my primary source of income. Now I still just do it occasionally. But anyway, they come in really big boxes. I have to do something with those boxes. There is a large corner of my garage. Okay, a third of my garage is full of cardboard. And since I rent, you know, they had to renew their certificate of occupancy. So I had a guy from the city coming by to inspect the house. They gave me a couple weeks notice, and I thought, all right, it was a safety inspection. I'm like, are they going to say that's a fire hazard? I don't know. I should probably tackle that cardboard thing. Well, I didn't fully tackle it. I made it more manageable enough that I could cover it up with a tarp. And I spent a lot of time in the garage cutting cardboard with this thing. And I was very impressed with the Maximat, I do have to say. I have touched it up a couple of times, but other than that, man, it holds an edge like holy crap. It is insane. I also have a Pair 3 in Maximat, which I've used a little bit, but that's always been lighter duty stuff. This has been like, you know, cutting like, when you're cutting apart a bike box, that's like, you know, 3-foot cuts at a time. And it's held up awesomely. Again, like I said, God, this thing has gone through hectares of cardboard in this last month, and like I said, I had to touch it up a little bit twice. And I probably only really did that because I don't want to have to fully sharpen Maximat. I'm sure it's a pain in the butt, so I don't want to do it. But just touching up with some, I just used a couple of grades of diamond stone. You can see because the edge still looks kind of factory. You can tell it was touched up a little bit, but yeah, I haven't even like taken a ceramic to it or anything. Or tried to strop it or anything. I've just done fine grit diamonds just to keep it touched up. But it's worked out really well. The only thing I don't like about any Manixes is that plastic ball cage. And what really annoys me about the Lightweight is it's pinned together. So the only way to take it apart, I guess there is an aftermarket company now that makes screw replacement kits for it, but you still have to drill out those rivets. And yeah, I'm not going to do that probably. But I'd rather just complain about it. But I'd love to put the titanium cage on it, but yeah, I can't take it apart currently, so I haven't done that. But I do love the Manix 2. I love the Lightweight version the best, and I really like that Maximat. And you know what? I went through all that work. They didn't even go in the garage. They didn't care about the garage, so that was annoying. I even hurt my back doing that. Oh, that's a whole other tale. Next up would be the Hinderer XM24 sheep's foot. I got this one from USA Made Blade, and it does have their bronze on it. This is $600, $595. They are not inexpensive. But I did buy this one as a user because I have a vintage, which I actually paid less than that for, but it's a vintage. They're rare. It has the wood scale, the 012 steel blade, all that. They only made a few of them. And I didn't want to keep beating that one up because I like carrying the XM24. I know it's very large, and some people say that you can't really EDC one. I do, obviously. It's on this list, and I really like carrying it. I think it's not bad at all to carry. Is it heavy? Yeah. Is it a little bulky? Yeah, but I don't put hardly anything else in that pocket anyway, so I just don't care. This goes in my right front pocket kind of by itself, and it's fine. I don't mind carrying it, and I like sheep's foot blades. On a lot of Hinderers, I prefer to have the no choil, but not on a 24. On a 24, it has so much blade. This is a 4-inch blade, so you've got plenty of room to have a choil, and it is nice to be able to choke up and do stuff with. But I love the 24. I did get this one as a user, and it has been so far this month, and I think will continue to be. I'm going to be doing a video probably sometime this week or next. Once winter hits fully, and I'm wearing this heavy winter coat that I wear, I leave a knife in a pocket, and this isn't a bad choice. I usually have some big honking folder in that pocket, and this is probably too expensive to do that with. I'd miss it, but because it would just be hanging on a hook downstairs a lot of the time. But maybe it'll be this. I don't know. We'll see what it is. But it would be a good choice for that if it was half the price. But great knife. I do very much enjoy the XM24, and thank you very much to USMA Blade. They actually did hold on to this for a couple days for me, and I very much appreciated them doing that. But this one is on bearings. That may change because I'm running the vintage on the washers because I did it for a comparison test thing, and you know what? I kind of like it. I don't know. This is very drop shutty and very smooth and cool, and it's not as drop shutty and smooth as cool on the washers. But I don't know. The washers just kind of fit the personality of it the best. But yeah, put that one down. Next up, you guys, process of elimination. This was my most carried this month. This is the Demko 8020. This is a 3V blade. This is the machine ground one. They're $425. It's not one of the hand ground ones with the hollow grind that are $850, I think, or $825. I think they're $400 more, something like that. I saved my money and just got this. It is a 3V though. The last production run they did that went to dealers, there were a lot more 3Vs. When I bought this, I didn't know that 3V was even available. The first run they sent to dealers were all 20 CV, but I ordered mine direct from Demko, and when I ordered it, they asked me which blade steel I wanted, and I didn't know there were options, so I got the 3V. It's not corroding. You can see the Maximet 2, definitely not corrosion resistant. Up here, we don't really get corrosion problems that much, and I put EDCI on everything. I EDCI the hell out of everything, and haven't had any issues. The Maximet maybe is starting to get a little bit of a tinge here and there, but it's very, very small amount. I don't really care, but this has stayed completely fine, and 3V is really not corrosion resistant, but yeah, EDCI works wonders. But this thing is just, it feels almost as tough as the XM24, but it's a little smaller, and it's so fidgety. It's just, that shark lock is just a blast, and I got the one with a hole. You can get it with or without the hole. I like the hole because I can Spidey flick it. Any thumb studs, you can use those if you want to. There's just so many ways to open it, so many ways to play with it. It's just like a big bruiser of a knife that can handle anything. That's really fun to play with. I love this thing. I love it. LUFF. That is the point I am to it. It's reduced me to baby talk is how much I like this knife. It's just so cool. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. I've been doing those little chats from the truck with some other YouTubers, and you know, both of them, Metal Complex and Nick Shabazz, said that was their most surprising knife of the year, that they weren't expecting to love it as much as they do. It's not my most surprising because I really did expect it to love it. I do love it more than I expected to, but not by a giant amount. I just knew it was going to be awesome. My only dilemma with this is when it comes to knife of the year, because I try and make knife of the year something that's readily available, but that's kind of hard to do this year. A lot of the stuff that's in contention for knife of the year for over $100 anyway takes a hot minute to get your hands on, so it's kind of thrown itself back in contention. I kind of had discarded it because it's probably my personal favorite knife of the year, but that's not how I decide who wins. So it's going to be a decision. I don't know when it comes down to it. Yeah, and they did do a second run of them, and I think there are still some out there. So I don't know what to do. Knife of the year this year for the over $100 category anyway is going to be a bloodbath. I have no idea what I'm going to pick. So tune in at the end of the year to see, but which we are rapidly approaching. It is. I'm putting this up on November 2nd. So, all right, that is it. That is my top 5 most carried knives of the year for October of 2020. This is going up on November 2nd. Don't care who you vote for. Go vote tomorrow if you live in the United States. Just go vote. Just go vote. No matter how you got to do it, just go vote. Don't care who you vote for. Go vote. That is the most political thing you will ever hear on this channel, and no one's listening to it because they didn't stick around till the end of this video anyway. But I've been Brian. Have a good one.